Hi, my name's Mr. King, and I'm one of the economics teachers here at St. Bede's. And I'm here to just introduce the A-level economics course to you, and hope that you think it's interesting and that you might join us in September 2021. So the first, of course, the first question is, what is economics? Most students haven't studied it at GCSE, so I want to go back to some of the basics, and simply put, economics is the study of making choices. How do we decide what to do with our money, for example? So if we were to get a windfall, would we spend it on a new car or would we spend it on college tuition? If I was running the local council or the government, would I spend my money on hospitals or more roads? Would I, as a worker, decide to work a bit less so that I could have more free time? Or would I work a bit more so I could have more income? These are the questions that individuals, companies, governments all have to make decisions about all the time, and economics is a way of trying to explain how we come to make those decisions. Why might you study economics? So economics is where we're trying to get to the real beating heart of the problem of unlimited needs and desires. So we as humans always want more, we always want something better, we want an improvement in our standard of living, but we have to balance that desire against the fact that in the world there is only a certain amount of water, there's only a certain amount of oil, there's only a certain amount of diamonds. These are all things that are competing. Everyone would like more of these things possibly. How do we make sure that we try to share those things out maybe fairly, or maybe you might think unfairly? We want to know things like, why are diamonds that are just decorative items, why do they cost so much more than water, the thing that we need to keep us all alive? Why do footballers who do a job that is just entertainment, why are they paid so much more than nurses and doctors who are people who keep us alive and keep us healthy? And maybe we more recently we'd be thinking about, well, why did the global economy fall apart in 2008? And what is happening now to the global economy and the national economy in the time of coronavirus? All these things are something that we would investigate and hope to understand better. The course is essentially split into two parts. We have microeconomics, which is something that tracks smaller scale decision making, so small decisions made by individuals, decisions made by individual firms, and we'll look at the markets and how do they operate, how do prices get set in certain markets, how do they decide how much output to produce in certain markets. All of that will be investigated there, whereas macroeconomics is the larger scale stuff, so it's talking about unemployment at a national level, price level at a national level. How do we trade with other countries? How do we decide what to export to other countries, and how do we decide what we want to import from other countries? Those again are things that we will learn through the course. The economics course is examined 100% by end of course examination. So you have 3 exams at the end of year 13. There's no coursework or any A's or anything like that. So it's all about preparing ourselves, learning the knowledge and the skills that are going to allow us to show off by the end of year 13 that we have a really good understanding of the course, that we understand the applications of the course, and that's what we will aim to do to prepare you to do well in those in a couple of years' time. If you're not sure about the subject itself, one of the big things that I find that students are interested in is, how much money will I earn in the future if I do this course? Well, this is to do with people who've done economics degrees. So I'll show you a little bit later that a lot of the students that do A-level economics at St. Bede's go on to do economics or related subjects at university. And you can see from this research that economics is the fifth best paid degree for students as they leave university, just after the medicines and the veterinaries and the engineering. So if that's something that interests you, I'll pop that in there. There's so many jobs available for students who study economics, whether that be at A level and then maybe also at degree level. Some of these are things that you've heard of, others will be less well known to you, but have a look at the things on this list. If there's something piques your interest, maybe do a bit of research on it, because there's lots of different avenues that economics can take you in. So hopefully something there is interesting to you. I then asked one of our current year 13 students a couple of questions to give you a bit of a feeling of what it's like to be on the course and some views from the students themselves. So I asked Yanis, what made you choose economics A level?
I chose to take economics A level because I thought it would be a great stepping stone into a career in the financial industry. If, like me, you decided early on that your interests lay here, I would certainly recommend it. But economics is also a great choice if you're still undecided, as it leaves many options still open. I found that economics played well into my essay writing and quantitative skills. So if you enjoy or find you're particularly good at these skills, you should probably take it.
And what are your career goals, and how will economics help you?
I would like to start my working life in an investment bank as a financial analyst, as this is usually the first step before specialising into the different sectors like investment banking, mergers and acquisitions, or fund management. Taking economics at A level provides a great insight into the economic theory behind the markets that an analyst would study. If you're also considering a career in politics or management, economics will be very useful.
I'm going to finish by just showing you a list of some recent students and the courses that they've gone on to study. We've been teaching A-level economics at St Bede's for five years now, and it's always pleasing to see students go on. They've built a love for the subject, so much so that they want to go and study it at degree level. Every year we have varying sizes of classes, so some years we have more students going on to do economics than in other years. But it would be really nice to add you to this list in a few years' time as someone who's come to do A-level economics, loved it, and decided to go on and do it beyond St Bede's at university.